The kingdom of Saguntum is a place of stark contrasts, not only between its lush landscapes and war-torn past, but also within the heart of its royal palace, where Claudio Septimius grew up. Born into a lineage stained by ambition and bloodshed, Claudio's existence has always been a tightrope walk between duty and the desperate search for personal happiness. His grandfather's ruthless seizure of the throne left scars that marred not just the land, but the surviving members of the royal family. Claudio's mother, Queen Octavia, managed to ascend the unstable throne, tasked with the monumental duty of mending a divided kingdom. From a young age, Claudio imbued the skills of perception and persuasion as naturally as others his age would learn to ride a horse. In a palace teeming with veiled threats and whispered intrigues, these skills were not mere talents, but survival mechanisms. His sisters, Agrippina and Victoria, often leaned on him to navigate their own disputes, and Claudio adeptly reinforced his unofficial title as the diplomat. However, Claudio's life took a definitive turn when the murmurs of palace schemes reached a crescendo with his father's assassination. Queen Octavia's abrupt, fierce purge of the court filled the air with more mistrust, a lesson young Claudio absorbed along with his noble education. Despite the grandeur of his circumstances, the royal bastion seemed a cage, albeit a gilded one. Claudio ventured beyond palace walls disguised as a commoner, mingling with the populace to which he was bound. These outings were initially intended to capture the pulse of Saguntum's people. However, they also revealed to Claudio a realm intriguingly complex, with its own rhythms and hidden dangers. It was during one of these forays that fate directed him to Ember Ebonheart, a half-tiefling, half-fairy with a fierce talent for magic and music. The kidnapping of his best friend marked the pivotal moment in which he realized his aptitude for negotiation needed the enhancement of alliance. Ember, with her rebel spirit and magical prowess, captivated him immediately. Claudio's charm persuaded her to join his rescue mission, forming a partnership that uncovered layers of the city's underbelly neither had anticipated. Their rescue caper was a dance of wits, steel, and spells, sealing a bond forged under duress. In Ember, Claudio found an alluring horizon starkly different from his arranged future with Honoria. While promises to his family lay like chains around him, his moments with Ember represented freedom and the rebellion of the heart. Their companionship bloomed into something unexpected and beautiful, a caress of hope he hadn't believed possible within the strictures of nobility. Yet, reality's somber gravity was unyieldingly persistent. Claudio's clandestine love was exposed during an unforeseen couple's exchange, one that resulted in an honest confession and a romantic interlude under the moonlit sky. However, nobility's burdens swiftly reclaimed their hold. Queen Octavia's confrontation and the impending nuptials with Honoria marked the return of shadow to the light in Claudio's life. The repercussions of his friend's affair with Honoria added a new layer of complexity to his unfolding story. A fragile political peace balanced precariously on loyalty, love, and fealty. Time wore on, and as the day of his wedding approached, the demands of his title draped over him like a heavy mantle. The morning of his union with Honoria was colored with pomp and ceremony, yet dimmed by Claudio's inner turmoil. Ironically, it was Gracia Goldenflame, the wise dragonborn princess, whose perceptive nature almost unwound the careful facade he maintained. Even as he prepared to uphold his family's legacy and maintain the illusion of a united front, a flicker of familiarity in the crowd reignited the vivid memories of his nights shared with Ember. Beneath the echoes of the wedding bells and the whirl of grandiose festivities, Claudio's heart beat not to the sound of destiny, but the whispered memories of those secret, precious moments. As he moved with practiced elegance across the dance floor, every step seemed echo a silent rebellion within, prodded by the sight of someone that stirred hope anew. It was during that very dance, within the sea of tradition and the eyes of both nobles and commoners, that Claudio felt the strings of his heart pulled toward a figure in the periphery, a symbol of choice, risking what was for what could be. At the edge of obligation and the unknown, there lies not just the weighty decision of a noble, but the eternal question of a man's heart, and the intrinsic quest for authenticity amid the roles he's bound to play. Claudio stood at this crossroads, where duty mingled with unfulfilled dreams. And as the gathered throngs celebrated what seemed inevitable, the stage was set for a destiny he had yet to choose.